Welcome back to Fanduel Fridays. Let's see what rosters we can build this week. Last week was pretty successful. Let's see if we can look at the history. Um, Money Morning Cheers, I ended up sneaking into second place. Only 9 entries. Scoring, I think, 100. So let's look at the roster, actually. Let's look at the roster. 118. It wasn't great. The James Conner was awesome. Geno threw for 300 yards. 2 touchdowns, a pick, the fumble loss, so he gets some negative points. DK had a good productive week. T. Higgins ended up blowing up really big in the second half. Foster Moreau scored a touchdown. So, overall, I think my lineup that I built was pretty good. Our buddy Brady over here, he won. And this is kind of what he had. His lineup was pretty good, too. But I think last week was a pretty successful week. So, let's build off that and let's try to win some more money. I also added some, synthy music in the background while I talk. Hopefully that sounds okay. I checked the recordings a bunch and I think I sound fine over it. But if it doesn't work for you guys, let me know and I can either change something to something else or just not do it at all. Okay, so this week is kind of weird. I looked at it on the drive back up from Chicago that I just had, and I don't know. It's like I was looking at quarterback matchups and I'm like, I don't really like a lot of these matchups for prices and who they're playing. And I don't want to risk some guys like Deshaun Watson this week's finally back. I don't want to put him in the lineup just because he's back. He hasn't played football in over a year. It's just kind of tough, so I don't think I'm even going to start with quarterbacks. I looked at defenses. Those were hard. I don't know. It's just going to be kind of a hard week, I think, for me to make some lineups because I just don't know what I like. I think we will start with running backs, and there is a guy that I like a lot, and it's Zonovan Knight. No Michael Carter this week. The Vikings' rush defense is just okay, but he had, 117 yards on his touches, and Tyler Johnson played a lot too. But last week, Mike White played really well. You just do math right there. It tells you, but I think why not? Cheap option. Let's try to see what we can build around a cheap option at running back. Nick Chubb's awesome this week, playing the Texans. He's awesome every week. I think Josh Jacobs is awesome this week. Austin Eckler is usually always a good guy every week. It's just how much money you do want to spend on running backs. Jamal Williams, I think, is going to be a guy who we're going to add to this lineup right now. Let's go to quarterback quick. I think let's do something weird. Let's put Jared Goff here. See what we get with Jared Goff. Receivers. I hate that I keep scrolling like that. Sorry if it bothers you, because it bothers me when I mess it up. A.J. Brown versus his old team. Had an okay week last week. They're really bad against the pass. Let's throw A.J. Brown in there. Less thinking, more clicking for this video. For these videos, I think. I don't want to just super overthink things and talk myself out of stuff. Devontae Smith's got a growing injury, but we already have A.J. Brown. Pickens isn't a bad play, I don't think. I think we're going to put Pickens in. No, actually, let's do Christian Watson. I remember looking at him, and this guy just does nothing but scores touchdowns. We're already in receiver. I don't have to click it again. And it kind of gets kind of muddy again for me. T. Higgins probably is not a bad play. Devon Adams isn't a bad play if you want to go expensive, but we're just making some weird one right now. Christian Kirk might not be bad if you want to buy all in on this Lions-Jags game for lots of points, and I don't think that's an awful choice. Let's go with something a little more safe, though. And our safe receiver, man. I don't know what to expect out of the Dolphins in the Niners game either. Pretty dang good defense versus a pretty explosive offense. Maybe it'll just be a really awesome game. And your studs pop off if you have Waddle or Tyreek Hill. I'm going to go Keenan Allen, I guess. I don't think I put Keenan Allen in any lineup at all this year. He's been alright. He really only played 4 games. What the Okay, I don't want to put Keenan Allen. I just talked myself out of it by just looking at it. Lockett, Kirk, Terry McLaurin's not bad. Division game, though. Good pass. I don't know. I feel like I put DK in a lineup every week. Do I want to just three stack Lions and have Jamal Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jared Goff? Does that sound ridiculous? Because it sounds ridiculous to me that I just did that. Here, let's give you more of a screen here. Defenses, like I said, are really weird. There's just not ones I like a lot. Usually I always go for the cheap options. I'm not picking Vegas. I mean, Max Crosby could have an awesome day. The pass rushes, the O-line's pretty beat up for the Chargers. Let's see how they did against Seattle last week. 3 sacks, a forced fumble, or fumble recovery, and a forced fumble, obviously. They had 6, and they gave up 34. It's pretty decent numbers. Chargers defense isn't any good either. I guess it's a lot better than I give it credit for. I'm not going to play the Rams. They're all hurt. I'm not going to play the Texans. Also, Deshaun Watson coming home. That's so weird. Bronco, no. I don't like spending a lot on defenses either, so it's hard for me to convince myself to be up here for prices. Maybe the Steelers might be... the Falcons can't throw the ball. I don't know. Defense is tough. I'm just going to have to find one and just stick with one in every single lineup I build after this, so it doesn't take me 8 years to pick a defense. Let's go with... I don't even want to say the Chargers. I don't want to say the Raiders either. We'll go with the Steelers defense. Tight end. George Kittle's a really good option, I think, this week. Dolphins defense isn't that great. I think it could be a good Kittle week. Kelsey's an awesome option. Let's do George Kittle. And for flex, let's see what we got left. Sorry, my brain's like working at half speed, it feels like. Juju's okay. In this case, I think I would just put Terry McLaurin in my flex. And if this is a lineup, I went with a 3-stack of Jared Goff, Jamal Williams, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, you could take out Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you get a little more money to play with. And you could go with a guy like DK Keenan. But for the sake of this is your Lions stack because of who they play. They play the Jags, and it could be a good game. And I'm just thinking in the unique realm of a lineup, and this might be too unique, and it scores like, it's going to score like 110, but I don't know. I like to not deviate from things like this when I do lineups like this. I don't know why. It's just I have trouble like being okay playing some guys or playing 3 Lions without a lot of possibilities for like really big play guys. Like Amon-Ra's great, Christian Watson's been awesome, AJ Brown's been awesome, George Kittle's good. So I guess like this is your core right here, and you're just hoping he does good and he does good. And Goff's been okay. He's been alright. And he's only 6,800, so like whatever. So I'm not gonna submit this one. We're gonna clear it. We'll build another one here. I think Joe Burrow's a fine play against the Chiefs. He's probably going to get sacked a bunch, but big games, I'm just thinking big game here. And big games, Burrow usually plays pretty well. Against the Cowboys early in the year, he was just okay. He had 16 points. If you're going to pay that much for a quarterback, you'd like to get him a little more than 16. You got the Jets. It was a big game for them, a good defense. He had 3 tutties. Mostly Joe's been performing pretty dang well. So I like the Burrow play. Obviously, who doesn't like Mahomes every single week? But 9K to get 19 out of a quarterback isn't worth for me. Hurts might not be a really bad play. I actually did a Sunday night game. And I don't ever do individual games because I'm just so bad at them. And I was tied for first for the longest time. And Jalen Hurts was my MVP. So look at that. Herbert, I like Herbert, but I feel like this guy just throws the ball like 40 million times with just like okay numbers. I guess 28's good. That's not okay. I think it's just a thing about like Herbert and the Chargers that they should be like, I don't know, these numbers should be a lot bigger than what they are, I guess, is what I think from the kind of player he is. But I think Herbert's good, so we'll do a lineup with Justin Herbert, I think, as a quarterback that I will lean in. Geno's not a bad play again this week. I think the Seahawks are going to try to run the ball again a little more and hopefully be more productive. But I don't know. Trevor Lawrence is a really good play. Jared Goff's a good play. Aaron Rodgers, don't touch this guy. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he'll be fine. Maybe he's less. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers probably be fine. Mike White could be huge again this week. I was not really shocked. He did really well. He played against the Bears, but like I wasn't gonna. To me, that's like getting too cute putting Mike White in the lineup. But a unique lineup and a unique player, it's a good pick. So for this next lineup, we will do Justin Herbert. Let's go kind of crazy on running backs here. I do want Zonovan Knight again though, and just to give me some cheap play. Then, do we want to pick a receiver for him? Is Mike Williams playing? He practiced all week. Wasn't practicing Thursday. He spotted on the side anymore. Why wasn't an active team? Okay, well, I don't know. Herbert kind of spread the ball around a lot last week. Like Palmer is the next best option. He 556 and he fumbled. Keenan Allen's been good. So if you want to stack him, it's kind of tough to find the right stack with him because I think DeAndre Carter caught a touchdown last week, didn't he? Yeah, he had a really good week last week. So I'm not going to stack him only for that reason. DPJ could be a huge beneficiary from Deshaun Watson back. I mean, he's been solid. Last week I had his player prop on Prize Picks to go over 41 yards, and he's done it all year besides week 3, and he has 16 against the Buccaneers. Like, disappointing. So DPJ, I think is a nice play. Let's put him in there. Save us some money. Sort of gets kind of muddy again, as I always say, on guys that are down here. Sorry, I had to clear my throat, muted my mic. I think we'll just put Christian Watson again. And now you have like 3 straight like players that are. I mean, Christian Watson's not like a cheaperish option. It's like the middle of the pack option that I always like. Let's go defenses again. I think we're gonna stick with the Steelers defense. We will pick maybe George Kittle again, but let's do some unique stuff. Did Gerald Everett have an okay week last week? No. I knew that too. It's a crapshoot down here, the tight end. Maybe we just rock George Kittle again, huh? Or Freiermuth. He's been just consistent. Let's just go George Kittle. Let's get a big name guy for us in this lineup. Now flex and receiver. Do we want to go cheap and flex and higher on receiver? Is there another running back option that we like that's a little cheaper? Then we could do the flex option. Or how much is George Pickens? I just saw him a little bit ago. We could do Pacheco. I think Isaiah Pacheco's not bad. And then 65 leaves us with Deontay Johnson. No, we do not want that guy. I mean, Tyler Boyd hasn't been great the last few weeks, but let's do. Oh, I already put DPJ in. That's why it's highlighted. Okay, so for this, we won't put Pacheco in because it's not really anything I like. Coming up for players. Let's scroll some more. Dameon Pierce has been awful. This could be a get right week. And we will put Terry McLaurin again, I think. Or yeah, we already have him. Let's do McLaurin. Ayuk could be a good play this week too, guys. I know I haven't put him in a lineup yet, but Ayuk could be a good play. But for this one, we'll just do Terry McLaurin again. And this is what we end up with: Herbert, Chubb, Knight, DPJ, Watson, McLaurin, Kittle, Pierce, Steelers defense again. Do I like it? Not a lot. Like last week, I was really happy about a lot of lineups, so I built this week so far. I mean, we're 2 lineups in, and I'm still not feeling great about any of these. We'll clear them again. We'll do 1 or 2 more, depending on how much I want to ramble. Let's do Do we do a cheap quarterback one again? Like the Jared Goff one was cheap and cute. Do we want to do another one like that? I think this might be the week to do it. Like, does Mike White just get exposed? But the Vikings defense isn't good. Mike White. Yeah, we'll do Mike White. We're not gonna put Xavier Knight in this lineup, then, but we'll pair him with Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, Mike White. We'll bolster it with some solid running backs. Let's do Jamal Williams. I don't want to do too expensive here because I don't want to outprice some of the later receivers that I ended up having to pick. And with the two system with Knight and Ty Johnson, it is kind of a little sketchy to pick who to go with, but Aaron Jones is a cheap play. Let's do Aaron Jones. He's got a shin injury and a glute injury, but I think he'll be okay to play. And it's only Friday anyways, and this is just a ball marker for us. Let's do. I mean, do we just do Sue's defense again? Because I said that's the lineup, the defense I would just rock with all week. Let's just put the Raiders defense. Division game. Yeah, let's put the Raiders. Get real cheap on defense, huh? Okay. For this tight end, we're picking Travis Kelce. And we still have a nice average player value because since we went Mike White, Garrett Wilson 66. Really cheap defense this week. So your flex, let's put a running back here. Do we just go Dameon Pierce, we think? 65. It's under our average budget. And that bolsters a little bit. Well, let's just put Christian Watson at receiver. I was going to type Watson, but I have one arm on my other arm. I have one hand on my arm, and I don't want to move it. Let's do Christian Watson. Well, then having two Packers, that's kind of weird. So let's take out Aaron Jones. We will scroll a little further for running back. Myron Sanders plays a tough Titans D. He looks so good on Monday night against the Packers, but I might look good running against the Packers, so that might not be saying much. So we'll go cheap Dameon Pierce. But I feel like having Kelsey's good, but we have kind of some risky guys in the lineup because they haven't been consistent all year. So I feel like Dameon Pierce isn't a good idea. I think we want a consistent, strong running back. Do I just want to pay $10K for Nick Chubb? Do I want to pay $95 for Josh Jacobs? Austin Eckler touches the ball a bunch. Look, he had 5 carries, but he had 15 targets. That's insane. Derrick Henry's been quiet, quote unquote, the last few weeks. Do we just do Derrick Henry? It's either Derrick Henry or Nick Chubb, but he's so much cheaper that I think I might do Derrick Henry. Barkley's been quiet the last few weeks. Let's do Derrick Henry. I'm gonna leave it. So our flex and our receiver, we have to be kind of cheap here on flex and receiver. It's like super cheap actually, so we might have to take Derrick Henry out. This might not work the way I want it to. I mean, DPJ could be one of your receivers in this case. So you could go here, do DPJ. We have 3 really cheap receivers though, and I don't think I like that. Maybe we go high receiver, low running back. So sorry, Christian Watson. Let's do if he can't clear concussion protocol, I think you could do Samaje Perine again. He's productive. So, for the sake of the video, and let's say Joe Mix doesn't clear concussion protocol, we'll just put Perine in. So then we'll do a little more expensive of a receiver, like Christian Kirk, Amon-Ra, Amari Cooper. Is that going to be our guy? Touchdown last week. He hasn't scored a lot of touchdowns this year. Do we want to do A.J. Brown? Do we want to do T. Higgins? I feel like we need one big receiver. Like we have our big receiver in Travis Kelce, if you want to say that, but I feel like we need more, one more guy, like one more dude. And if we're not going to spend it on a running back, we should spend it here, go cheap, and then go cheap. Amon-Ra's been so good again last few weeks. Adams had a quiet week in Seattle, which is, well, I guess 774 isn't quiet, but you know what I mean. Let's do A.J. Brown. You play the Titans. Let's do it. And that leaves us with 61 again. It's just so tough doing it like this. But you could stack some Jets if you wanted to be a crazy person. Treylon Burks has been okay. I just don't want to go like this far down, you know what I mean? When making a lineup, I don't like going this far down for receivers that I know aren't like going to be getting the ball a bunch. Let's do Christian Watson, and that leaves us with like an abysmal 5,800 left. Ugh. Travis Kelce kind of messes up this whole lineup, but in a cool way. Like, I mean, you could put Zonovan Knight here, and you're 3-stacking Jets. Do I like it? No. Is it an idea, though? Yes. I like Mike White. I like Garrett Wilson. I like Travis Kelce. I think that's an awesome start for us. And the Raiders defense, that was like a nice 4 to start with. And then I got lost in the sauce. Let's make one more really quick. It's been at 22 minutes so far. Let's do an average price quarterback. Trevor Lawrence coming out party. We'll stack this Lions-Jags game, huh? We'll put Knight here. Jamal Williams, Knight. We'll give him Christian Kirk. Or do we not give him a receiver? We'll do Garrett Wilson again. I think he could be in line for a nice week. We'll do Christian Watson again. We will do Raiders defense. I think I've kind of talked myself into picking the Raiders defense too. Okay, let's go to receiver again. 76 is a nice budget to have. We have 3 cheaper guys in a row too. If I don't do Zonovan Knight and Garrett Wilson, here, let's do this then. Let's do DPJ. 6,100, right? Yeah, DPJ. That was 78. I like it. So I'm going to pick Travis Kelce. Okay. Now the flex, you could go any of these guys right here. Like you could do Christian Kirk. Let's do it in receiver actually, so it gives you a little more options at running back. Let's do Christian Kirk. And then lastly, Dalvin Cook. Against a nice Jets defense, though. Okay, against the run. Maybe this is... Nah, I'm going to say maybe it's a good Dalvin Cook game. You could do... I mean, you could do DK again. DK versus Ramsey is always a fun matchup. Ramsey's not been great this year, really. Let's just do DK. This might be my favorite lineup I've done yet. Trevor Lawrence, Christian Kirk, Travis Kelce, DK Metcalf are your big nucleuses. Jamal Williams, your touchdown guy. You're kind of betting on this Jags-Lions game to be a pretty good scoring game with some 2 not great defenses. I like it. This might be our best one yet, and I did it the fastest. I didn't submit any of these because I'm still unsure about anything that I'm going to do. And luckily it's only Friday, and I've got until Sunday morning at when I wake up, and I just start randomly doing Fanduel and sports betting all morning until noon because I'm an addict. I have until then to decide what I actually like and don't like. So let me know what you guys think of the music, and if you guys go with any of these lineups I quick built, and if any of them win any money, because I don't know if I'm going to save any of these. But I think this would be the one I like the most that I will put in Stars and Stripes. And we'll see. I'm actually still in second in this league for points, so I can kind of risk a week with this. I'll rock with this one. I won't touch it. I'll keep it for Stars with Stripes, so we'll see how it does next week. Or, yeah, we'll see how it does next week when I make another video. And hopefully I get first in it and it scores a lot of points. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to let me know if you liked or didn't like the music background choice. I could change the music style up. Yeah, hopefully we win some money this week because last week was good and I don't want to, just 45 is my balance now. I don't want to just spend 45 this week and then win nothing. So hopefully win some money, guys. Good luck.